I'm on time today, y'all. I'm feeling real good. I'm waiting on a couple of y'all to come in here so we can get started. Hey, Miss Pretty. Hey, the Black. Oh, y'all came right in here. Hey, the Black Sleuth. Welcome. Why everybody is coming in, y'all? I feel like we talk all the time. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. Okay, so I see Kristen. Hey, Kristen. I think my internet just went out. Okay, I think it just came back. That was weird. Okay, now I can see y'all again. I don't know. Whenever I go live now, there has been issues. Okay, Kristen, I'm bringing you up. That was weird as crap. My internet just went
It seems fine
crazy.
now.
Okay, could y'all hear me at all before?
I wasn't here before. This is the first time I saw you go live.
Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, I see Miss Pretty came back. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, I've been waiting to talk to y'all all day just with all of the developments. I'm trying to give Miss Pretty a chance to get in here because I seen her and then she disappeared. I think she's coming. Okay, there she is. Just to make sure that we don't. But before we were interrupted yesterday, we had a good live, y'all. It was going so good, but the conversation was good too.
I missed y'all yesterday.
Oh, you missed it. I thought you were here. Well, we were hijacked by by somebody talking about the Black Sleuth said his I forgot his name. His name was Bubba. And he was talking about how Chinese people are basically discriminated against more than us. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting. That's how we all were. Interesting.
Look, I ain't gonna
Let's
argue.
see.
I just look. You can have a perspective, but that doesn't
Yes, we
mean
were
it has
just
to be
listening.
right.
Yes, the black suits was calling him out though in the comments. Y'all be making me laugh. Y'all are hilarious, just like me, and I love it. So, let's go ahead and talk about. And I want to make sure I get his name right, y'all. I'm so bad with names. I think it's Nolan. Let me make sure.
Yes, yes, it was
Okay.
Nolan.
Yes. So it has come out that the kids have in fact scrubbed their social media and they
Hmm.
have lawyered up. And then have y'all seen the videos? I think I reposted it. Have you guys been seeing them? The videos where you can hear someone arguing?
I saw the one where you could hear someone arguing in the background, but I couldn't make out what they were saying well.
Yes. All I heard was fuck and it sounded like a black person. Like to me it sounded like a black person, but they was going at it.
Mm. It doesn't surprise me. I'm, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little shocked that people weren't surprised that this happened.
If I'm being honest, when I saw the picture and then it was Mississippi, I already knew. And then when they said they
Hmm.
found the body, I just didn't want to say anything until it was official. But it
Yeah, I don't
sucks.
want to
Like
wish
he
that.
lost his life. Yes, yeah. And this is my thing too with all the videos coming out. Why didn't nobody say anything then? It's like everybody just waits until it happens and say, "Oh, by the way, you could have stopped it then."
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I share one thing, and then I'm gonna step back, let everybody else talk for a bit. But when my son was young, I have two boys. When they were young, we lived in a very white community. And all these little white kids kept coming to my house asking my son to come and play. And I was never one that would mince words. I was always honest with everybody. And I remember them coming and I said, listen, you need to come over here and sit down. I sat them little white kids down. I said, look, your life is not his life. You can run around this neighborhood and do all kinds of things that he can't do. So before I can let him come play with you, I need to know if they come for him, are you going to run? Or are you going to stand right next to him? Because he can't be the one that y'all come and put everything on. And I was able to filter the group quite largely that way.
well, that's good.
But my eyes was never closed. It's
Yes, well,
scary.
I'm definitely glad of that because you have no idea. Like you could have potentially saved your son's life.
Yet at the same time, because that is how I raise my children, I actually got a lot of judgment from the other side because I did that. Like I was the helicopter parent and I wouldn't let him out my sight. And no, he cannot do sleepover. And no, he cannot do that neither. Oh no, you're not going on vacay with them. Oh no,
Yes,
no. No, 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 no. Oh, the school's going on a basketball trip. Okay, I'll be in the room down the row.
yes. Yes, and speaking of that, because I actually have a video in my drafts where I was talking about it, but I will go ahead and say this. My daughter, she's 16. Do you know some parents just drop their kids off, have them spend the night without even like talking to me? Do you not like I could be crazy. Luckily I'm not, but I can't believe the parents just do that. We have to do better as parents because that's definitely unacceptable. Definitely unacceptable. Can y'all still hear me? Let me check my internet. If you can hear me, can you put a one in the chat? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Yes, I can hear y'all. It's
Okay.
thundering here, so that may be. If I go in and out, that's why. Thank you, the Black Sleuth. But we have to do better as parents. But
Yeah, there it you know, I will tell you I was a younger mom,
mm-hmm.
and the older people always looked at me like I was nuts cuz I was always there. Like they would always be like, "Why is she here? Why are they not just letting him go be with his friends for their birthday parties and stuff like that?" No, no. No, you have a swimming pool. My son ain't gonna drown. No. Mm-mm.
Let me tell you this. Now that you say that, I can remember specifically being in 8th grade. It was a house party. Now this is back in the 90s. Mind you, my mama stayed. I was so embarrassed. And you know in the 90s how we used to dance like grinding on each
Mhm,
other. She
mhm,
saw that, she was like, we finna go home. When I tell you I
mhm.
was so embarrassed, but I get it now. I
Right,
definitely get it.
right. Thank you, Jesus. I didn't have a daughter who was able to do any of those things. So I was very fortunate. I only had to maintain these young men of mine. But
Yes.
there was no way I was going to let them go out of my sight in those areas that I lived in, eh, without knowledge,
Yeah.
warnings,
Yeah.
caution signs, and tape and red tape. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, mm-mm,
Yeah, and I'm the
nope.
same way because I tell my daughter, you can't go over there, but they can spend the night over here because I don't
Nobody
play
wanted
that
to come to
either.
my house. I knew that. Nobody wanted to come to my house. They used to say all the time, "Oh, Miss Spencer's a pain in the butt. No, we can't go to her house. The party
No,
got to
no,
be at somebody else's house. It can't be at theirs."
no. They can come here
Mm-mm.
because if I'm being honest, as a parent, I am lenient, but I'm gonna treat you like mine. Like if anything happen, the parent don't have to worry about nothing. I got it. But
See, I'm like that too. But um, I don't know how old your children are, but my children are now older.
hmm
So I have a 32-year old, 31-year old, my Lord, a 31-year-old, a 28-year-old, and a 24-year-old.
okay.
Okay. And I will tell you, raising them in the community in which I raised them, they were very, very, very lenient. They would have co ed sleepovers
Oh,
and
I'm not that
parties.
lenient. That's lenient.
And yes, they would have drinking parties if you weren't
No, I don't
watching,
do that
parents
either.
allowing their children to come to her house or their houses and drink. Unattended.
That's crazy. I think it was. I don't know if it's you, Kristen, or me. That went out. But I will add to that too. Like I don't play those games. When I say lenient, I mean like I'm a cook for y'all. Y'all can come upstairs, watch movies, listen to music. That's what I mean by lenient. That is overly lenient. I'm not sure what happened to Kristen, but I was able to pull up the video from for Nolan. But before I play that, y'all, yesterday we were trying to get to 6,000. We are 4 people away. So if you guys could follow, I definitely would appreciate it. I see Cassandra has followed. Definitely appreciate that. And thank you all for joining the live. We are talking about Nolan right now. So I'm gonna play the video of an alleged fight. So I just played it. You can't really make out what's being said. I'm gonna try to listen to it again. All I hear is the word fuck. Let me see if I can hear it again. I can't make out what they were saying, but it was definitely a fight. I'm gonna try something else too. I'm gonna see if I can download the video and then put it in ChatGPT and see if they can tell me what they are saying. I'm definitely curious as to what they were saying. Kristen, are you back? Oh, she dropped. Something is definitely going on. Hey, Miss Pretty. Miss Pretty, can you hear me? If you can hear me and just can't talk, put a 1 in the chat. So Germinator is asking, has the body been found? Yes, he was found yesterday. And Miss Pretty, I see you. I got you. And we have Linda who came up. Linda, did you want to add to the conversation?
No.
Linda, can you say something?
Huh. Okay. My bad. My
Uh,
bad. Lord.
Linda, I just dropped you. I was very suspicious. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Pretty.
Okay. I'm so sorry about
You
that.
are okay. You know you fine.
Okay. So what was we talking about? Nolan.
Yes, Nolan and the videos that have been circulating.
The one when they was arguing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on somebody's panel earlier. She said she was actually there, but she didn't know what was going on because she said it was a whole bunch of boats. So she didn't know who was in what boat, and she said she had her kids with her, but she said she didn't really see no altercation or she didn't hear nothing. And I guess she was saying like she was just around a lot of boats, so she couldn't be able to say what was going on anyway. But I mean, it sounded like the person that was doing that was an African American.
It
Like,
did.
yeah. And I just was like, what the hell is going on? Because why is they cussing like that?
Yes. Yeah, like the word fuck and the arguing that
I heard
definitely sounded like
right.
a black person.
I heard a lot of the fuck. I heard that word a couple of times. I'm like,
Yes.
what is going on?
Okay, y'all. I just downloaded the video. I'm trying to see if ChatGPT can analyze what they are being said. If it can, that would be wonderful. Let's see. It's saying it's working. Come on, we need some answers. And while we're waiting on that, I see Tim has joined. Welcome, Linda. If you want to come back up, let me know. Germinator, thank you for joining. We're just trying to see what's going on with this Nolan. Oh, I see you, Kristen. So Deb, we are talking about Nolan. I'm sorry. He went on a boat with his quote unquote friends, and he did not. Hold on. No, that's the wrong video. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to multitask. Germinator, I'm gonna bring you up.
Sorry about that. I had to go take a phone
No,
call.
you're okay. And then we have Phyllis Wade. So, Germinator, I will let you go first. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Germinator? Okay, I was just about to drop him, but he dropped himself. Yes, I don't know what's going on today, y'all, with the. Oh, Kristen dropped again. I'm going to ask Kristen, is it raining where she is? If I drop to y'all, just know it's because it's raining and that thunder sounds really, really loud. I'm trying to put this video back in ChatGPT to see if we can get
Oh, I thought that was TikTok. They don't want us to talk about this, so that's why I thought that's what was going on.
you know what they did that yesterday, remember with the audio? Maybe that's what
Yeah.
it is.
They don't want you talking about only what they want you to talk about.
Well, I'm gonna talk about Nolan. He deserves it. Please
He
excuse me.
does. And no, it is not raining here. Just so you know, I'm in Vegas, and it is not raining. It is 110 here today.
Oh,
Mm. And then it's like, no, we're not the only one. It's so many. And how can we talk about
yes,
one
like
day and then probably tomorrow, in the next couple of hours, it's going to be something else?
something else. And I want to say this too. I know legally it's not the correct thing to say or to assume, but the fact that they scrubbed everything as well as the fact that they already have lawyers. To me, that means guilt.
Exactly, and then deleted even the parents deleted all social media because it's like right if you ain't did nothing, what you lawyering up for? You should have nothing to hide. You should be cool because if I know I'm your friend, I didn't do nothing. I'm not finna be doing all that. But it's like if you knew your friend was missing, how y'all still partying? Like how did you find he left his phone and then y'all don't know what he had and it's just like, oh, okay, he 18. No. And I still can't get past the fact that they were saying that he drowned. Like it's a lot of people around. You can't see that this person is in the water drowning. It's so many questions. It's not adding up.
No, he didn't drown. See, and this is my thing too. It's like whenever it's one of us, it's always a reason as to why it happened.
Right. Oh, he should have known. He should have been drinking and being around water. It's like, is you for real? Like, it's no fucking way you said it.
Yeah, yeah. And the Black Sleuth said, "Who lawyers up for a missing person?" Exactly. He was just missing. Remember, y'all couldn't find him.
I found it interesting. I saw one yesterday, a video yesterday that said that they were talking about how everybody was scrubbing their social media and deleting accounts, and that one of the students or one of those young people were their parent is a judge. Is that
Mm-hmm.
true? Did anybody else see that?
I saw it. I haven't confirmed it, so I don't say that part. But if they are, that would make sense why everything is scrubbed.
Mm-hmm. They're all being coached just like the other time. It's just so sad.
Yes. And Jay says people who have nothing to hide nothing, praying for the family. Yes,
Yep.
we definitely are.
Yep. I think the hardest part for me was knowing those young people were on that island with him and they left him there and they know his mother is in turmoil watching and praying and looking for her child and not one of them went back to the island to go look for him.
And they left without him.
Right. When I found it's like, okay, if I'm driving someplace and because I see commercials recently and videos recently that this has happened where the wife is driving home after she done left her husband at the gas station.
Mm,
Do I leave him at the gas station and expect him to find a way home? Or do I go, oh, we left him. Let me go back and find out where he at?
yeah. They left
Like, I
with
don't understand.
they left because they knew he wasn't coming back. And Miss Pretty, I
Yeah,
saw you earlier trying to say something, but you were really low. And the Black Sleuth said what I said. Nothing can truly be deleted online. So if they want to, they
that's
can
right.
get the evidence. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, Miss Pretty,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes, all the way
Oh,
now. I don't
okay.
know what was happening.
No,
Yeah.
I was talking and then my son came here and started the yell, so I had to go on mute.
Uh,
Exactly, because it's like how if your friend is missing, you didn't do anything, like you just left. It was like, oh, okay, but they found his phone on the boat. It's so confusing. Like, why did they call 911, or did they do it afterwards?
yeah. Teresa, I'm definitely with you. That's the first thing if somebody was missing you would do. I did put the audio in ChatGPT. It's not giving me accurate information because it's saying this is a boat. That's not what they saying.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
You should have
tried.
asked no. You shouldn't be asking AI or GPT because you know they racist just as well.
Yes, I wish I had like a audio engineer who could like remove the background and just have their voice. Yeah, but it's still sad to hear that he's gone. Over, I'm
It's
pretty
so
sure it was
sad.
nothing. Yes.
So
Just
sad.
stupid shit.
So Teresa said no, they went to dinner. Dear God, that mama is in hell right now. I know. And she is always going to blame herself. And if I'm being honest, I hate that the media is and social media is blaming the mom. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, she
Do you
mourning. Now is
do you
not the time.
do you want to know what the African American said? He
What?
said he said, so what? He deserved it. He should have been hanging around no YT people. I said, I know you fucking lying. I know you
Nobody
lying.
deserves it.
Like, is you cool? Like, he like, you know what the YT people capable of. I don't know why you thought you was gonna go around them and hey, have fun with them. I said, it's no way. It's no way you over here
No,
blaming the victim. It's no way you doing that on this panel. Are you an African American?
no, it's not his fault. The fault is whoever did it. It's nobody's fault but them. I
I
can't
have such
believe.
a
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kristen.
oh, I was just saying I have such a hard time when I hear stuff like that because that's not how we're supposed to be.
Yes, and Deb, yes, we definitely know not everyone is bad. That's something that we always say. I wish I could pin it on the top of our lives, but yes, we definitely know that. Can I pin? No, it's not allowing me to pin it. I wish I could, but yes, we are definitely aware. So I do want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Have you guys heard about them trying to get a new trial and then Xing out the judge? And yes, Deb, we definitely feel bad for the mother. Hold on, y'all. Y'all still talk. Hold on. Before we get there, Teresa said, why hell all she did is think her child was among friends. They were the enemy. He didn't know. Yes, he definitely didn't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And the Black Sleuth said it will always be the friend's fault. You go together, you leave together. And
Right.
speaking
And
of
nobody
that,
get left behind. If your
yes,
friend
yes,
missing, no, help find your friend. Don't give because if you ain't did shit, then what is we talking about?
yeah, yeah. And I'm thinking too, like, as a BLK person, we were trained like that. So I'm
Yes.
wondering if the other side was trained that as well, or was it just us? Deb, can you give us some insight on that if you don't mind sharing? Is that something that you guys are taught like from a young age that if we go together, we leave together? I'm just curious about that if you don't mind sharing. Oh, here's Deb right now. Hi, Deb.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I was raised to love everybody. That's how my mom brought me up.
Hmm.
But I have a nephew that's black, and I'm fearful for him. He went on a trip 2 weeks ago, and he went to Florida with a white family, friends, and they went on an island. And when they woke up the next morning, one of the tires was slashed. Then when they woke up again, all four tires were slashed. He was the only black one. This happened about, I think, 2 weeks ago. And they went into the store and asked the store people if they saw, because I guess it was like a campground or something, if they saw anybody do that. And they said no. And they asked if they had cameras. They said no, you're not going to see it. And then they called the police, and the police would not do anything.
Hmm.
And I mean, I fear for him. So I do understand. I fear for him. He just started driving. He just started driving yesterday. And I fear for him. And then going through something like that had to be really terrifying for him.
Can I ask you this? Have you guys had to talk with him about how to engage with police officers?
Well, my son wants to talk to him, and I'm sure he lives with his grandmother. He doesn't live with his mom and dad. He lives with his grandmother. And I'm sure she has. But my son wants to talk to him about it now that he's driving and all, and just talk to him about how to, act and stuff like that. So that I'm just worried after that happening to him. I'm just worried about him.
Yes. So, can I ask you, like, with your own counterparts, do you have conversations about the racism?
You mean with him?
No, like with other YT people.
Yeah, because I know. Well, I know that there is. Yes, because I know that we talked about it just recently. A couple of us were talking about it because it's not. There is. I also. I also am not going to explain why, but I have relationship with people in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that the blacks. There's a lot of blacks, especially in the country parts, that are going through a lot, that are targeted because of their skin. And it breaks my heart because I'm in the system right now because of a loved one that's there. And it's, my heart my heart hurts right now just
Yeah.
for the stuff that's going on. It hurts me deeply. It really does. And
Yes,
I just,
and I just want to make this clear too. Like, we definitely understand that it's not everybody. So I want to make that clear on this page and this channel. We aren't racist at all. We understand, but at the same time, we do have to call out the wrongdoing.
oh, of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah, and
It's
Teresa,
just,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's just too much. It's too much. And for the mothers, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what the mothers and the fathers and the family go through. I mean, it's just, I don't know what happened to the Nolan young man, but it does. It breaks my heart. It really does. I'm not just saying that. I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm who I am. I'm proud of who I am, but I also care about people. I
yes,
care about, if I could do something in the prisons, I wish I could. I wish I could, because I can't even read it anymore because it upsets me so bad, the things that they're
yes.
going through.
Yes,
But
and
yeah.
Teresa is saying, I fear for my biracial grandchildren, prayers all the time. Pantera says, oh, that's typical. And Teresa said, they do not talk about it because they're not racist. Right. Never, ever do they discuss it. And I do want to thank Corn on the Mac, who just joined, as well as Kylie. But yes, it definitely is a lot, especially just talking about it. Um,
It needs to be discussed with everybody, no matter how hard it is to discuss it. There's people that are not open about talking about it, and it should be, so that change can come. There
yeah.
definitely needs to be big change. And it's sad that people have to worry about their child going out. It's just sad.
Yes, and it definitely shouldn't be like that. Like, we should all be able to coexist, but
Exactly.
just based on everything going on, that's definitely not the case. I do want to shout out Teresa, who says, I'm a Latino gay nurse. The silent divide, even at work, is loud. And Teresa, I did want to tell you too, I see you coming a lot. If you want to come up, you definitely can. And shout out to Jay for coming back. Glad to have you back. Oh, and that's just Miss Pretty saying hi. But yes, it definitely shouldn't be like that. And I just feel like more people should speak out about it, especially if you are a YT, because as a
Right.
BLK person, we can only do so much.
Right.
Yeah, so Pantera is saying, I raised mine to stay with their race, never muddy around. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, but yes. So, I did want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Deb, are you familiar with that case at all?
I
I'm
just
so sorry. I don't
Yes.
know.
No, go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but what does that mean? What's her name? What did she say? Patrick? What's her
Just means she's a
name?
part of the
Pantera.
problem.
I
Yeah.
was trying to
I
skip
don't.
it, y'all.
Just
No.
means
Don't
she's
skip
part of the
that. Don't
problem.
skip that. Come up on the panel, sweetheart. What you need? Don't skip that. Don't skip that. I know you was trying to do that. I know you
I
did that.
was, you know it. Well, she may be blocked already. She may not can come up because I blocked her.
Yeah, it just means she's a
You
part of the problem.
you made me giggle out loud because you said, "Well, she may be blocked already."
Yeah, she was.
I wasn't sure.
It might be a bot. She only followed 6 people.
Well, you know, y'all know. I may not say nothing, but I'm a block quick. So she was already blocked.
I just don't understand why you gotta be like that. Like, okay, so like just cause I'm brown, you go outside and tan, so you could be brown too, babes. So like, what is the deal? We are
Right.
on the same planet trying to do the same thing. You just mad because God gave me more melanin than He gave you. Like, He just taught you how to use yours different. Like, I don't understand that at all
No,
mentally.
no.
Yeah, but and that's my thing because over here we aren't disrespectful at all. It's like the disrespect comes over here. Like we are being very polite. I don't understand.
Yes, you are. I've seen different groups, and yeah, you are.
I swear,
Yeah.
I feel like they think that because we are the demure group of people who will actually be demure with our responses, and we will be kind and polite and say the blessings of the hearts, and ain't that just the peach? They think that they can treat us that way, and so I'm very grateful that you don't let them. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the time, if I don't respond, it's a block, and I try to put it in the chat so y'all would know they already blocked. But I was moving fast. Yes, yes. So, what do y'all think about Carmelo and this new trial, and them trying not to have the judge?
The same judge.
Yeah, that want a
Well,
different judge. I can't blame them.
well, he
Yeah.
shouldn't have been recused in the first place because he clearly had bias.
Yep.
I
It
mean,
was.
when you
They need to try to get out that county too.
well, they do. I agree with that. Also, let's just be honest. Not only do they need to get out of that county, but they need to all knew everything. All them people were
Hmm.
biased. Every single one of them people was biased.
But at the same time, they kind of fucked up now because all of this evidence is coming out.
And
So
honestly, I really feel like with Carmelo, like I hate it happen, of course, but I thank God at the same time because we're getting to see in real lifetime God work in his favor and operate in his life because he will literally be free simply because of their hate and their lies.
mhm.
And this is a prime example of God always prevailing.
Yeah, true.
Amen.
And I just hope in prison he doesn't anger himself to where he becomes a different person.
Well,
I I just hope he does not change. I hope he does not change. I hope there's
His
no one
parents,
messing with him. I just
his parents said he still do his college courses all day. When they asked him how his mental was, his dad said he's in good spirits and he read his books and he does his college courses online.
that's
as he
good.
should. As he
At least
should.
that way he's keeping himself out of the mix, keeping himself safe.
Yeah,
That's a
Hmm.
good thing.
I'm curious to know as well. Do they know if he knows about the support that he has? Do you know?
I don't know, like for it to be a fact, but when I scroll through here and I see, not judging anybody, but when I see inmates have phones, I'm pretty sure he knows that
Mm-hmm.
people support him.
Mm-hmm.
I be seeing them. I be like, how do y'all got these phones, and why are y'all bold enough to record
I
yourself?
know.
Right?
Even
They
a
do.
dog. I see
They
somebody with an
do.
actual dog in jail.
Yeah, they have
I
programs for
know.
that where they actually are like in therapy with them dogs. It's part of their program to keep them motivated and doing things in prison. It's like a in-house training program they do on some
I
of
like
these
that.
prison. It's kind of neat, and then it shows the softer side of them. That's the kind of TV I watch. Sorry.
It's
No, it's
actual
alright.
rehabilitation for real. Like that. It's a page that I follow on Instagram about people finding God in jail, like a worship program where they get saved, they go to church, they see their family. Like you just get to see the actual person instead of like I guess the animal they try to make them or
That's right.
what you could possibly become being in somewhere a place like that.
I
Yep.
see them every Saturday, and there's good people in prison. I'm in the prison every Saturday. So, but
Really?
they yes, they do get things in there, and a lot of times they want to check us so much, but a lot of times it's COs bringing stuff in
Mm.
Hmm.
or allowing them to have things and not saying anything.
So, Deb, I do want to ask you, since you are working in the prison system, is there anything that they need or anything that we can do that can like
I'm
make it a little bit easier?
I'll be honest, I don't really want to share this, but I'm not working in the prison. I have a loved one in the prison.
Okay.
Um, but there's not a lot that they'll let you do because I've been looking for things that I could do to help, but a lot of stuff they won't let you do a lot of stuff. So,
Can I ask you,
um
can we send something like books?
um you can send books. They do have a company that sends books to them. You can send books, but you got to go through a certain company and stuff like that to do it.
Yes, because I
But
definitely want to do something because I do realize everybody in jail is not guilty.
they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
They're
So,
not. And,
can I ask you this, Deb? I've never been to a prison since I was like really, really little. What is the atmosphere there?
well, God's been with us through this whole situation, and thank God He is in a really mild one, where He's not going through what some of the other ones are going through.
Mhm.
I just wish more people knew what's really going. I get so tired of hearing "do the crime, do the time," because that's not it. They're being treated like animals. It's horrible. I can't even, and I hear this stuff. It's not just from the news. It's from parents that have lost a child, and
Yeah.
and they've got people arrested now that have, and just the recent ones that have been killed and all. And it just seems like the COs get off. They don't have to pay for it.
And then too, there are so many stories of the COs having SE with X
Mm-hmm.
with them. I'm like, how could you do that?
Yes, yeah, that's the truth. It's the
Yeah.
truth. A lot of it happens. There's so much happening, but especially in the ones that are in the country is where the blacks are treated the worst. Up in the because I'm in some of the groups, so I hear stuff,
Mm.
and it's sad. I don't understand. I just don't understand why there's so many people that let this stuff happen and they don't how they sleep at night. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. They don't see them as human because I couldn't. They are human. They should not be locked up in cages like that.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. And
Yeah.
treated. I don't care. I don't care what somebody does. It doesn't mean you treat them just the horrible things. I mean, that I have heard that's happened is horrible. And I've just cried a lot of tears because it's just, I can't read some of it anymore and I can't listen to some of it because
Yeah.
I can't do anything. I wish I could do some. Even the air condition, not having air conditioning there, they think they don't deserve anything.
Wait, they don't have air?
No, some of them don't have air condition. The one
Oh, I
next
had
to
no idea.
the one, oh yeah, the one that I go to every Saturday, the one that's next to it, they have no air condition at all. And
Well,
it's just,
yeah,
and of
that's
course they're going to die.
inhuman.
Some of them are going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely inhumane.
It
That's not right.
is. Wow.
So is it only in certain areas? Because when I be on TikTok, I be seeing some of these people that be in these gyms. They be on their tablets, they be on their phones, they got TVs in their cell, they be cooking, and I
No,
be like, shit.
that is true. That is true. You will see some of that, but in some of the, I'm in Virginia, and
That's that's why I'm asking. So is it different in certain areas?
yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's. I mean, there's ones that don't get medical help. There's ones. There's one recently that just passed. All he needed was insulin. All he needed was insulin,
Oh, damn.
and
Yes.
they let him lay and die.
Mm.
And just stories like that, it kills me. But my loved one comes home on August 3rd. I can't wait. He comes home August 3rd, and I want him out of there. The worst that he's ever gone through is he got punched in the face because somebody was in a bad mood. But other than that, he's had it fairly good there, and that's because of God. That's totally because of God.
Yes, and I'm wondering too because he is supposed to come home August 3rd. Does he feel like he's being tempted to like mess it up by like retaliating or anything?
No, 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 he's not. What
That's
happened?
what they
What
do.
happened with him was very unfortunate.
Okay.
It was with a best friend, and it was. I mean, it was just a very unfortunate thing that happened.
Yes, well, I'm definitely glad that he'll be home.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
But I
and
still care about the others that are in there, and I wish. I try to think of how I could raise money. There's only so much you can do.
yeah. So, Face wrote in the comments, have we talked about Javea Harris? We have not talked about it, but I did post. Are you guys aware about that case? Javea Harris, the 4-year-old?
You talking about the baby who was reported missing, and they found the
Yes.
parents hold responsible. Yes.
Yes. The parents.
And do you realize that it's one thing that if a person don't know your baby daddy, but this baby came out of you, and then
Yes.
on top of you had a nerve to go and get pregnant again,
Again, yes.
and the day you went into labor, is the day you decide to put a missing report out. If you don't, so the brother went on the panel. He was like, "Oh well, she was just didn't want the baby to come around, and I guess the brother is, I guess the father is his brother." And I'm like, "It's no way." He was like, his brother was being distant at a point in time, and he had asked them like, "Well, y'all out? Where's my niece at?" And they wouldn't say nothing. And then he was like, "Oh, well, they sending me pictures," and he said they were sending him pictures of old stuff, like he ain't seen
Mm,
nothing new. It wasn't nothing recent. And I'm just like, that's a damn shame.
yeah.
And he would ask them like, well, what's going on? And then when she did bring him around, he was like, the baby was always nervous. She didn't want to say too much. And I'm like, that's a shame. It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
And on top of that, when they reported her missing, they were saying now that she had already been gone for like a month.
Yes, they said she was already gone.
Oh,
And they don't even know where she at, but they have enough DNA, I guess. And they're just like, that's a crazy. And they saying the parents know where she at, and they just don't want to tell nothing.
Yeah,
Oh
she
That's
was
no, because if
only
they
fucked up.
4
tell them
years
where they at,
old.
they gonna have a body, and then they'll have real charges.
Yeah,
She was only
that's fucked
4.
up.
It's
Yes,
horrible.
she was only 4 years old, and looking at her picture, she looks so sweet and innocent.
Hmm.
And it's nothing a 4-year-old can do for you to do that.
And it's so crazy. Like, you really have to be a different type of parent. Like that's why I can't get out my mind. Like, this is your seed. Like, this is your baby. What the fuck?
Your own kid.
Some people ain't don't need to be parents, and it's like you got adoption. You could have put up for it, boy. It's like it's too much stuff. It's crazy. Then the neighbors talking about, oh, they would just see that baby running around outside. She was just looking like she haven't been washed up. The neighbors are saying that they took this baby in their house just to clean her up.
Mm.
And
That's
why didn't nobody say nothing?
I don't know. I don't think that she was in. They kept. I don't know why them neighbors wasn't saying nothing.
This the same thing. They say something after the fact. You need to say
Right.
something when you see it.
Because one of my questions that I have for the brother, because I was like, how y'all her family and you don't notice that she's been missing for a whole month? And he cleared it up. He was like, oh, well, she just wasn't coming around. Like, I lived out here and they decided to move, and then the brother cut me off, and I'm like, that brother cut you off because he knew that once you got away with the fuckery, you was gonna catch on to all the bullshit. That's why he cut you off, but he wasn't close. I think that I guess they kind of related, like they got the same daddy or they got the same mama, but. And I'm just like, well, that makes sense because this ain't no way in hell that you my family and I'm not knowing nobody around. I'm like, where's she at? But he was asking, and
Yeah.
they just wasn't. They wasn't saying it out back. And then he said he was getting pictures, old videos, and
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucked up. And he was like, one night they went out to eat. And they was just posting what they was eating. They had a good time. And he was like, "Oh well, where my niece at?" And they wouldn't tell him. They wouldn't tell him shit until they got back home. And she sent the picture, but it was an old picture. He was like, "What the fuck?"
And that's what I don't understand too. So they did whatever they did, and they just kept life moving. Like wasn't nobody gonna ask?
Exactly. Until she went in labor. How would you like? Bitch, you could have wanted no more kids after this shit.
Yeah. And I don't agree with violence, but they gonna get them in prison because you don't mess with no kids.
That's
Nope.
right.
Yeah. So
I have
I
a
do
feeling
want.
they might not make it to prison.
Mm, that's another thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do want Sam to get a chance to talk to see if he has any information about Nolan since yesterday. I was not able to watch the
Oh,
video, Sam.
I
So
was
are
just
you
gonna say.
able to?
I'm
Hey, how
sorry.
you guys
No, you
doing?
good. You good. Hi.
Hi.
Um, Other than the fact that you see that they have added Mr. Crump as the family's attorney,
Mm-hmm.
and with that being said, they went. This gentleman here, Boogie Lowdown, which had some good information from his grandfather, went live last night at 6 o'clock. If you guys would go to his Facebook page, because you can't play it on here with all the talking and stuff that they do, the language and things like that. But if you would go to his Facebook page, it's Boogie Lowdown, and if you go to 6 o'clock yesterday evening, you'll be able to. There's all the information that you need right there. That he gave as to what happened allegedly. So they have a GoFundMe that someone wanted the mom to do it because people just wanted to donate and give. And last I looked at it, it was at like $120,000, and that's going to help with attorney costs and stuff like that. But she has lawyered up as well, so we're waiting on the results for the autopsy. And I'm feeling real good about this. But when you go to Boogie Lowdown's page and listen to that, what he
I'm on there
did,
now.
let me tell you, they moved the body allegedly,
Wait,
and
what you say?
he's gonna give you insight of the body being moved, bringing back. So how is it that they searched all day Sunday? And if you look at the timestamps that they were supposedly searching and stuff, like none of that added up. And if you was out there all day and when the body was found the next morning in the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hour, you'll see. If you go back and read and listen to what he's saying, if you want to play it on here, you can. But some of it, they did it early on another page that I was on. But it's going to give you some great insight as to what happened and why they covered up. And the fact that they lied and said that they called officials, they never did. She was the only, and officials even said that she was the only one that called the police at 12 o'clock midnight to report her son missing.
Do y'all want to listen to it? We can listen to it, and then I can stop it.
Yes,
So that
yes,
okay.
do that.
Is he from New York? I want to make sure this is the right person.
Is who from New York?
Boogie Lowdown. Does he have blonde hair at the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so y'all, I'm going to play it and then I'm going to start and stop it just so it won't get picked up. I don't want us to get it.
Okay. So I'm going to mute because I'm working a deal right now. But I did
Okay.
want to come on and say that part. Okay. But I'm here.
Okay. Well, thank you. Yes, we'll
Ain't
we'll
no
go
problem.
ahead and
But
listen.
when you hear this, you're gonna be blown out of the water.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay.
thank you so much, Sam. I did want to ask you really quickly too.
Uh
If
huh.
he's saying like language, like the R word, like words like that.
Yes, and he's his language is kind of crazy, but when he gets to the point to where, I mean, the people did it today, and they didn't block him
Okay.
for playing it back. They just said when he did use inappropriate language that they don't like, the young lady was saying, "Do A1 in the chat," and everybody was putting A1 in the chat so that they wouldn't get penalized or whatever. In that sense,
It's 49 minutes, y'all. I mean
That's a
46
long
minutes.
time.
but listen, if you ain't got to do the whole 49 minutes,
Okay.
get to the part where he's talking about when he talked to the grandfather. I guess about 5-10 minutes in.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
get to that
Okay.
part, and when you listen to that, actually, what went on with the
Okay.
flower, with the snow bunny, and all that good stuff. So you'll see.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
y'all. I'm going to play it. I'm going to start and stop it. I'm going to try to catch the words before he says it. But if you guys hear it, we can try the A1. If for some reason, if I get taken down for a week, y'all know the reason why, but it's okay. I'll risk it. Okay, here we go. This is 5 minutes. Hold on, I can't hear. A whole bunch of them. Can y'all hear that? One of their children's Lee
Yeah,
Bird.
I can hear.
Okay, perfect. Her name was Lee Ruth Knight, but she got married. She was born into slavery. She was a working woman. She had an 8th grade education because she had to pull herself. Her parents pulled themselves out of school. They had to work, tend to the fields, all that good stuff. So that's where I get my work ethic from. And she always taught me about being careful around white people because she's seen a lot of shit with white people in the state of Mississippi. A lot of good stuff, but she's seen a ton of bad stuff. And so she just raised me to always be on alert when I am around white people. Because so, and I do want to say this because I do have to start and stop. We do understand it's not everybody. So
It's okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
okay. I'm just
Right. And
starting
then
and stopping so I won't
just
get
put the
caught.
A1. Everybody
Yeah.
put A1 in the chat when you do hear words like that. The moderator just ask everybody to do A1. And
What does
I don't know
what
what
does
that
that do?
represents, but today the lady was doing it and it didn't cut off. Nobody was penalized. So when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do in that sense. At
Okay.
least try it, you know?
Yeah, or say I love TikTok shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm finna start back. I tell people all the time, laws don't affect white people. Like that shit Donald Trump doing, them white people ain't really fucked up because that's not affecting them. It don't affect their color, don't affect their income, it don't affect their situation. They can still get to walk around and be white with no worries. They may have other worries. They may can't buy beans no more and shit. Or they may be kicked off of Medicaid, but they can still walk around and be white. Walking around and being black in this country has always been a problem. And that's what we are trying to get everyone to see. Yes, and we definitely love TikTok shop. Walking around and being black in this country has always been a problem. So we may get a little upward mobility, but because we get a little upward mobility, racism evolves. It just evolves. It becomes a different system, a different mechanism to keep you down. And if you're not aware of this, if you don't teach your children to be aware of this, then it's going to fuck them up. And also, too, y'all, if we can like the live, too, that way they can see that we are engaged, even though we are listening. I'm not saying, and my thing is, stop trying to get white people to understand. They ain't got to understand this shit. Bitch, you got to understand this shit. You, as a black person with this skin tone, I'm gonna try to skip past this. I'm trying to get to the spring school that he went to. He gravitated toward white people, and not only just white people, but them badass white people in Ocean Springs, child. And Ocean Springs has a history. I talked to 2 white kids that were out there on Horn Island who were distraught, baby. They were so emotional. They were like, "This finna be it, y'all." So we're gonna listen.
Please don't say my name. So I'm gonna say allegedly to everything they told me. They said there's a culture at the Ocean Spring at high school with the white kids that in private, they little racist, child. They use the N-word, call black folks the N-word, monkeys, dirties, and that comes from the top down.
Did we talk about this yesterday? How it goes from the top down, even in the U.S., starting with our leader.
Yep.
But yeah. I'm gonna keep it playing.
Parents look very approachable. Their parents are influential. They have great jobs and careers. They're connected in law enforcement. They're connected medically in the medical world. They're connected to the legal world, attorneys, clerks, sheriffs, deputies. All of them are connected. And so because they're connected, they're protected. So
hold on, y'all. I'm gonna pause right here. That way we can break it up a little bit. Don't y'all realize that every time this happens, it's always a connection with the YT family? Like they have some type of connection. I know we be joking about them having meetings, but there had to be some type of discussion for all of this to keep happening. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna play it some more.
Oh, these white kids get in some shit, honey, that you'll never hear about. Because it makes it to some judge, some lawyer who knows some doctor who knows some deputy who know the sheriff, some sheriff who know a politician. The politician takes it all the way down, and that shit gets scratched every single time. So there's a culture at Ocean Springs of covering up a lot of things, not only in the city, allegedly, but also in the schools, and the kids are aware of this. They are aware of racism. They're taught racism. They're taught, and they look for acceptable Negroes, and they consider Nolan and many other black people the acceptable Negroes, the one that you can say the N-word around and you won't be challenged, the one you can talk about other black people with, but not like you, man. You're one of the good ones, not you. It's just those other, niggers, and they find those people.
So, y'all, this right here is telling us as well, we can't be quiet. When we hear it, we got to check it right then and there.
People to be acceptable way consider.
The Black Sleuth said, that's why I don't like hearing YT people talk about unity when they know the connections but don't reveal it. I definitely agree. Deb, thank you for the follow back. Linda, thank you so much for reposting. And Kathy, thank you for coming in and liking the live. We're going to start back listening.
Those things around, and they get welcomed into the fold. So these teenagers that were on Horn Island, they've been knowing each other 5, 6, 7 years, from like teenagers on to like 18 to 19 years old, and they participate in drugs. We allegedly.
I was going to say allegedly rugs. I couldn't catch that one. He talked fast.
Weed, laced weed.
Okay, I'm gonna have to skip past that.
Get the other one.
Yeah.
Scooter cats and dinglings.
All right, god dang it. Sam, thank you for warning me. He definitely just speak it how it is. I'm gonna try to skip some more.
Didn't know how he got to where he got to, and they were calling this an incident as well. But this particular time on Horn Island, allegedly, now I'm just saying allegedly, Nolan was offered some cocaine.
He wants to make it rain. Oh yeah, that goes into our theory from yesterday too, about him possibly being rugs. That would explain the drowning, which is probably means they're going to rule it as a drowning or accidental drowning. This also means it was planned, if all of this is true. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking.
Allegedly, they on that cocaine.
Okay, we're not gonna be able to listen to all this. I'm gonna stop in 2 minutes.
Alleged happened is he either OD'd allegedly, or he died allegedly, and there wasn't a rush to kind of save him. But then there was this agreement that they need to get their story together because he's deteriorating fast. Allegedly. They were all aware that he was one of maybe two, only one of one black kid out there. Because they were raised racist or taught racism, they knew that the optics would look bad, allegedly.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop it right there, and we're just gonna have our regular talk. Does this change y'all opinion? For me, it doesn't, because they should have called for help. They should have called for help. And when you start
That's right.
moving stuff and all that, that makes you complicit.
That's right.
Right. When you start wiping stuff down, you got to lawyer up, you got to delete your Facebook. Not only you, but your parents and they like, no,
So now it looks very bad because now it looks like the parents are involved as well because everybody's
Yes.
saying,
exactly.
And a judge at that.
yep. But all it does is show exactly what people have been saying all along is that unfortunately there is a corruption.
So I remember yesterday somebody asked, does voting matter? I think it was Jay. With all of this, that means it does. That mean if it's happening there, we need to remove everybody and start from scratch.
Yep.
No, that was me. I asked you that.
Oh, it was you, Miss Pretty.
Remember,
Yeah.
because I said I was in somebody lab and they said, who
Yes.
y'all vote for?" That's why I said, "Do y'all think that who y'all vote for is the reason that things is like that today?" Because that's what I heard in somebody else's on a panel when I was in a panel.
This is sad, but that means everybody should go to jail. Kids, parents, no matter what their occupation is. This is
So do
wrong.
you remember? Wait, do you remember when they had the corruption case in the college get where the kids were having people take their tests for them for the entrance exams, and they started prosecuting the parents because the parents were the ones who were actually putting people in position to do it. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember the parents? There were parents who went to prison because of that.
Yes. It was a famous actress. I cannot remember her name.
Yes, she was on Full House.
Yes.
Yes, and she did time. So did her husband. They were one of the biggest ones that did time, but several people did time for that, right? Why is it we could put people away for something so simple as that, but we can't put people away for taking people's lives? I don't understand. I don't understand why there's this divide like
Yes.
that. Like they could go and do white collar crime and we'll put them away for this white collar crime, but when they come take somebody's life, oh no, they get a pass. That
Yeah.
don't seem right. That don't seem right. And it really bothers me. I had a feeling that this was going to be the outcome.
So I want to ask you guys a hard question, and I'll answer it first. Would you guys take that risk for y'all kids? For me, I wouldn't, because these kids know what they were doing. If it was my child, she know what she's doing. Would you guys risk it for your kids to protect them?
Are you asking us if we would lie to protect our children like that?
Yes, lie and move, but to instruct them what to do. Would you guys do that?
Me personally, no.
Me either. Yeah. What about you, Deb?
Would I protect my son if he did something wrong?
Yes.
No. My conscience wouldn't let me. I'm a Christian and my
Yeah.
conscience wouldn't let me. But this story is just I'm grateful that nothing happened to my nephew when he went on
Mhm.
that island.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what island it was. I know it's in Florida. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam, are you able to talk? If so, what would you do? If you can't talk, I just go to Miss Pretty. Okay, Miss Pretty, I don't think he can talk. What would you do? Would you risk it, or would you tell your kids you gotta eat it?
Um, Actually, you probably won't believe this, but no. I mean, if my kid did something bad, they gonna have to face some consequences and do
Yeah.
their time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's not no, oh well, let's hurry up. I mean, I understand that's your child, but this is why we have to prime them in a way so they won't even go in that way. So that's why when people be like, oh well, he should have just got up and moved, but then you gotta teach your kids before they even get to that point. Mind your business. Go about your
Exactly.
business. Go that way. Don't worry about what them people doing over there. You stick to where you gonna go. You go to your direction. You go to the destination that you was supposed to be going. Don't stop for nobody. Don't railroad. Don't sit there.
Yes, and Kathy is saying not if they were wrong, not the way they were raised. They know consequences. And the Black
Exactly.
Sleuth says No one plays fair, so I won't play fair. You know what, the Black Sleuth, you were Malcolm X for real. Yes, yes. I was just curious on you guys' take.
But I'm gonna say it depends on the situation because if my kid ain't did nothing and you trying to say my kid did it, oh, that's where the problem come in there. But but even if somebody did know something, because it seems like they know something and then they still want to be quiet. That's why they want to
Hmm.
wipe this, that. They need to clear their social media, and it's always like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just gives me very much pause because, I mean, look at the Carmelo Anthony case too. Like when you step back from it, this is exactly what we experienced there. It's like all of a sudden there's no video, there's no phones out, there's no nothing. Nobody had nothing. There's stuff. There's
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. The answer is always in them phones.
Yep. Yep.
Know that he said he. I mean, they asked him, well, where the video at that you had in your phone? He said, oh, I wasn't recording. I just was acting like I was.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't
That's
even
a
make
lie.
sense. That's what
Goodness,
Eddie said.
what you mean you was acting like you was recording? But I
You know,
mean,
I'm
if they could switch it and say, "Oh, well, I was fake recording," that's just like, "Oh, well, I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know
that's
his
right.
name. I didn't invite him underneath this tent. I didn't tell him to
That's
come over
right.
here." But got pictures of in the bedroom, duck faces, y'all hugging, y'all in each other's room. You got like 19,000 pictures, but you don't know this person.
Yeah.
I
And as
can't
a
remember
I
his
don't,
name. That's a lie because his name is all over this case. That's a lie within itself.
yeah,
you know,
and as a go ahead,
I
Kristen.
actually, I actually am very confused as to why in that case that while those young people were on the court on the stand, why were they allowed to lie without having anybody uh
Say objection.
argue it? Yes, object to it. Thank you, because my
That's what we
brain is
said.
fried today.
The lawyer not shit. And I'm sorry, I don't want to cuss on your panel, but the lawyer
Girl, you
wasn't
know it's good.
the lawyer wasn't shit. The lawyer wasn't shit. That's why.
He
Yeah.
wasn't trying. He was just
Is it
collecting the money to run.
Exactly.
mm,
He didn't give a
so
fuck what was
wild?
wrong or right. But he's supposed to be ranking number two. Nope. I'll pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did not help that young man at all.
he didn't try to help.
I mean, we could see that now. That's why he got a whole new defense team. Because if the defense team that he had was doing his their job, they wouldn't even have to switch up.
Well, actually, I really my biggest issue with the entire case was because the judge sealed everything and refused to give the public options to be able to see things.
Oh,
And so,
Kathy. I mean, Kristen, I do not
yes,
mean to interrupt you, but you just made me remember. I requested the transcripts, I think 2 weeks ago. Nothing has been in my email. I have
Yeah.
been waiting.
mm,
We have to realize what's going on because in the same day that this man was found guilty is the
He was
same day that
guilty.
he was moved. Like
yes,
it's no way. I was
there's
on the
something
panel.
going on for sure.
I was on the panel and the dude was like, "Oh well, I was just
Come on.
going in and check on him," and he was like, "I didn't even see his name no more." They called me hours later and said he already was being moved. It's no way. It's no way. The same day that man was found guilty is the same day he got shipped.
And
No,
Yep.
paperwork don't even move that fast.
exactly.
No, no, I'm with you. We're on the same page with that, actually.
We heard what that judge said. Oh, we was just trying to hurry up and get everything done so the people in this town can heal. I got you.
The
I
What
people.
understand
about
it.
Carmelo healing?
Uh-huh. I got what
Hmm.
you said. I understood it without you even having to say it. I read between the lines. He had to go. We understand. He was already guilty. It was you shit. At this point, you should never had a case. He should just went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not have a fair trial for sure. I often wonder if it was if they did it intentionally like that so that they could try a different case on appeal or something. It's the only thing I can think. Is he really this incompetent? Because I have no legal background whatsoever, but I know um, there were a lot of opportunities for him to have pause and say something, and he didn't. And I don't understand that at all. Like, as the mother who would have been sitting there, I don't know that I could have even been able to sit there. I'd have been like, hey. Don't you got a mouth? Can't you say something?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It
And I
happens all the time.
want to say thank you to Sibley for letting me know she watched the live for 100 minutes and for the rose. So thank you so much. And I just want to add this too. He was not convicted beyond a reasonable doubt. It was doubt. That's why everyone is arguing. He should have been found not guilty.
That is correct. I agree with that. Not because I feel like he was 100% innocent in the situation, because
Exactly.
honestly, I don't think any of us can actually sit here and say, because none of us were there and none of these videos are clear enough for any of us to see. None of the evidence is really clear enough for anybody to see other than what we're seeing on the surface.
Mhm.
However, I don't see how they were able to come to the conclusions that they did based upon the evidence that was presented. Because I would have been sitting there going, hey, wait a minute, all these people, they don't make sense. None of they
Yes.
things said, nothing they said made no sense. I'd have been in that room, they'd have been so tired of me. They'd have been like, Miss Spence, we want to go home. And I'd have been like, so does he. So I'm not stopping until I get answers.
Yeah. And on top of that, it was under 3 hours. You
Exactly.
like all of the evidence couldn't be looked at that fast.
No, I will tell you, if it had been me, the next thing out of my mouth would have been like, "I know y'all lying. I think y'all lost your mind. You think you going home after 3 hours? For
Yeah.
we talking about 35 years of somebody's life. You better get comfortable.
They
Better
didn't
order some
want us there
slippers."
though. That they didn't want us there because they knew we would pick it apart.
Yep, horrible.
Yeah. And I feel like too, the black dude who basically said I can't put another brother in jail, he messed it up too because he could have been that 12th person, but because he was talking too much, that pissed me off.
He
We
basically
have to do
said, "You
better.
know what? Take me out of this situation because I ain't gonna be of no help to you, and because I'm gonna send him home, and you might as well go on and send me home." So that's what he did
Yeah,
because he did.
even if
You
you
know,
think
often
it, you don't say it.
you're right. But, oftentimes the reason why people do that is because they don't want to miss the money they're going to miss when they go to work versus what they're going to get for what they get paid for being on jury duty. So people are making life decisions for themselves and it's affecting the life decisions of the others.
So on jury duty, your job don't pay you like you don't get PTO or something.
Some people don't have that. Some people
I
have,
didn't think about that.
yeah. So let's just say you've used all your PTO and you get called for jury duty and you got to go. Your company isn't required to pay you that. They're
Mm,
not. So if you're missing your day's work for however long a case is going to take, and they're only paying you $25 because the government does pay you because it's required that they have to pay you, I believe. So they pay you. In some cases, you get $15 a day. Some pay, you know what I mean? It depends on what they pay for where you're at. So keep
I
this in
got
mind.
50. I got 50 when I
Okay.
was, yeah.
And where are you at?
I'm in Virginia.
Okay. And so in some places, it ain't so giving. You got people who they're the life source of the family, and that's where the food comes from.
yeah.
That's where rent come from. And you're telling me that I got to sacrifice and do my civic duty to go and serve on a jury and be there for a week, but then I can't feed my family? No, I'm going to tell you what I got to tell you to get out of it so I can make sure I can take care of my family. That's the kind of decisions you're seeing made. And people are being judged because of those decisions.
Yeah, and as high as everything is, I can't lie. I understand their mindset because I understand it's about Carmelo, but I gotta feed my kids today.
Right? Carmelo could, and I'm not saying this because this is how I feel. Let me preface this, okay? I want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that everybody on this feed, the 10 people
Yes,
or however
yes,
many people,
yeah,
know that I am not coming on here saying that this is how I see life because it's not
yes.
how I see it, but I know others do.
You have the empathy just like me. I get it. Yeah.
That's right. I know that there are people out there, especially right now, who are making life decisions about what they're going to do with their decisions because of what they have a responsibility for at home. And in those situations, you put yourself in those shoes. Carmela will have he'll get 3 meals a day in a cot. But my children and my husband, he got to go to work and I got to be able to feed them children. You know, that's how they're making those kind of decisions, and they're like, we'll figure that out later, but right now I got to feed my family.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's going to impact a lot of BLK people and minorities because we make less in most cases.
Right, right. They want us to do right, but they don't do right for us.
That goes back into the systematic racism we were talking about yesterday. It's the
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
You
When
know, when we had the George Floyd issue back then, I had one conversation with someone, and I'll say it and I'll leave it alone so everybody else can talk again. Um, and I had a big blow up with someone because they couldn't understand the visual of what it looks like to live in a community where they have sucked all the resources out of it, and now you're turning on each other to be able to survive, because that's always what they want to say is, you know, there's the black on black crime and you guys do this to yourselves and this and that and the other, right? But they don't actually really take the step back and look at where that actually began, because yeah, we might have some crime, that's 100% true, but every race has crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, ours is worse because you put us in an economically depressed location and you blocked us in, and then you put the lid on, and then you sucked all the juice out of that neighborhood that would have been able to help thrive them and nurture them. And then you just stood back and watched them suffer inside that container that you created for them.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. And you can't expect for that to be a good outcome.
Yeah, they created the crab in the barrel because if you don't have it, I know it may be wrong, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do for your family.
Right. That's my point. That
Yeah.
is my point. Life makes you make decisions. And if you're fortunate enough to be in a position to not make bad ones, your life tends to turn out different than it would have if you weren't. And when you take away the resources that help you make better decisions, and all you have left are bad decisions, how dare you judge me for making the bad decisions when you created it?
But on the flip side, at the same time, if you look at Carmelo, he had everything, but even then, he still couldn't win because there's another
Yes,
system set up to make him fail.
exactly.
Mm. We done went to church tonight.
Right? I'm sorry. Just what's been on my heart. You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
you're good.
I'm not one that rides the fence. I don't choose one side or the other because I genuinely do see both sides, but it really chops my hide to sit back and just hear it. And everybody's so quick to say, oh, well, you know, this is why they're the way they are. But no, we're that way because there's some people that made some decisions for us that created this atmosphere in which we live. You can't, yeah, you can get out. It ain't easy to get out and to change
Mm.
it all up when you got so much stacked against you to not.
Don't you find it
So
ironic as well that both of these, Carmelo and Nolan, were on their way out of the system
yes,
and they got pulled back
yes,
in?
yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Whew, that was deep.
Yeah. It's very disheartening. Very, very disheartening.
So,
And you know,
Kathy,
this probably gonna be one of those that we'll never know what really happened either.
yeah, Kathy said it's definitely designed that way. And she also said it's systematically set up that way. Exactly. And Sandy, thank you so much for following. Guys, I think we are 2 away. So if we have anybody listening and you like this type of content, please follow, like, and share. We're trying to get to 6,000 by the time we end tonight, which is probably in the next 30 minutes to an hour. So if you guys could follow, definitely would appreciate it. But I just feel bad for Carmelo. He wasn't supposed to spend this time in prison like this. And the same thing that I can say with Nolan. He's supposed to be alive today. In fact, I think Sam told us yesterday that he was going to be moving into college. I think yesterday. So just that
oh,
one
oh,
choice changed everything.
wow.
So what do y'all think about the video? I mean The live that you listened to?
To me, I will say it's worse for me, but because now we know it's a conspiracy. Like they all chipped in to make what happened happen. Nobody called for help. The parents got in on it, and it's worse that one of the parents is a judge. So if you're doing that, what else have you done?
And again, what makes it fucked up is that if he was on Smugs and you do it and you just let him go out and without being like, oh, okay, well, let me have your back like you got my back. Because if I'm going out with my friends and we drinking, no, sweetheart, we getting that Uber bag. Ain't nobody, we not gonna have your cup laying around. We gonna keep our cups by us. We not gonna set our cups nowhere. Hell no. No. I can't. I just cannot. And that goes even back to Kanika Jenkins because, sweetheart, if you know that she was drunk and you just left her in the hallway and she just stumbling around, why not one friend stay with her and the next friend go get the keys and her phone? I would never understand this shit to this day.
And I will say this: in a lot of the cases, YT kids they do typically do harder rugs than us. Like for us, it's usually the W or maybe alcohol. But a lot of the times in those YT schools, they do harder.
You don't gotta
I,
tell me that's okay.
yes,
Solly. You don't
yes,
gotta tell me. And I just be like, what the fuck?
yeah. And Clarity just came back. Welcome back.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you
Would
for
you like?
having me.
Oh, anytime. Would you like to add to the conversation?
Yeah, so I'm just joining in, and the only thing I have to contribute for the day is about the friends luring up. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if they're underage and they're drinking and operating a boat, could that possibly be a motive for doing that? Maybe they're possibly protecting the adult that provided the alcohol. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't even think about that. But at the same time, I think it's more. But I definitely think more than likely it was probably the parent who allegedly who provided it. So that would make sense as well. What do you guys think?
No
Any?
comment. It's okay. It's okay. I'm
Yeah.
just happy to be on the panel.
Yes. No. 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 It's okay. I didn't think about that one, and that would make sense. But I do want to say, Civilly made a good point, or the store that sold it. Kathy said they should be protecting their friend. If you have to lawyer up, then you have something to hide. Wow, that's definitely another aspect. But I think providing alcohol and murder is two totally different things, and to have both of those, that's really really bad.
Yeah, and my thinking is I lost my train of thought.
It's okay. It
It was
happens.
about what Kathy was saying um, about the luring up. Oh, my thing is, if it was my friend, I'd want to provide information to authorities to create a timeline.
Hmm.
So by luring up, you're not helping, you know, you hiding something or protecting someone, or it just doesn't sit right. And that's all I have to contribute for today. Thank you.
Oh, you were fine. Kimber said, I think it's too early to know anything. So, Kimber, on paper, yes, it is too early, but we have seen this situation so many times, we kind of can determine how things like this are going to play out.
It's
So,
not
I
too early
want,
to know because if you was smart, you already know what's going on. Be, even before that, it's not too early. We know what's going on, and you do too.
and Kimber said the investigators will do their due diligence and the truth will come out.
No, they
So
won't.
I want to say this, Kimber, and I want to say this with all due respect. this same sentiment was not given to Karmelo. It was immediately he did it. He needs to go to jail. Like it can't be both ways. Kristen said, "Yep, the writing is on the
What?
wall." Kimber
What?
said, "No, I don't, and you don't either." Kimber, would you
What
like to
makes?
come up?
What makes you think that the investigators will do their job when they don't even do it? What do they get paid for? Just excuses.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear you.
okay. Here's Civilly. Civilly wants to come up. Kathy says, "Same scenario, different story. Repeat, repeat." Civilly, did you request up by mistake? If so, that's okay. Yeah, we have seen this time and time again. Just like and I want to get her name. I want to make sure I say her name. I posted her today. The Tamala Horsford. If you guys don't remember, she was at a sleepover. She was the only BLK person there, and she was killed as well. Like, and it's so cryptic because I posted this earlier today. If you look at the pictures, it's so cryptic. Yeah, we've definitely seen this before. And civilly, you're fine. So Kel said the family got Benjamin Crump on the case, and I am so glad for that. So one, thank you for the rose. Definitely appreciate it. Jessica, welcome. Thank you for joining. But yes, we've seen it all before. We know what they are doing. And I wish that people would understand, like, we not stupid. We are not stupid.
Exactly, Miss Kimber or whatever your name is.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Step.
Did this happen on the island? Were the people,
Mm-hmm.
did the people live on the island? Or did they?
No.
Okay, so they just went to the island.
Mm-hmm. They
Okay.
went to the island on July 4th. And I posted this as well too, guys. I was researching Lynchying. If you guys can see what I'm trying to say. And historically, those happened on holidays, and this happened on July 4th. That's why I definitely think it was planned.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Kimber is saying, I see this is a white and black thing. So Kimber, it's a right and wrong thing, and unfortunately, we are seeing that it's happening on. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Yeah, I asked that because when I just told you all about my nephew 2 weeks ago on that island, it seems like everybody was involved. Everybody was involved, like the police, the store owner. None of them wanted to give the evidence of who did that to their truck. And I'm grateful that that's all they did.
Yeah.
But all of them were involved.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yes, and we have Soul One who just joined the panel. Soul, did you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah. So all day I've been going through this, scrolling up, and everybody has their perceptions of what happened, and it is turning towards the racial side. And I just want to clarify some things about that area that this happened in. I've been to Horn Island several times. I have many military friends that are Caucasian that I've been out there with. Listen, if you go out there on the 4th of July, there's going to be somewhere about 30 to 40 boats. Okay? It's a small community out here. Everybody knows each other. I know it's Mississippi, but it's not the Mississippi that you would think of in your head. It's not. I've been here 35 years. It's the most beautiful, peaceful place I've ever lived. Now, on the southern, on the like west southern side of that particular island, there is an extreme undertow. I've experienced it. Now, if they were out there drinking and doing whatever they were doing, they're young boys, and I keep hearing, so why did his friends leave him? Look, if you go out with your boys and you see a female that you want to holler at, you're gonna tell your boys, "Hey man, I'm gonna go holler. I'll catch up with you later." They're gonna be like, "Okay." They're not gonna grab your hand. Plus, there's a bunch of boats out there. He plays football. He's a popular kid, so they knew he would get another ride with somebody else. I do believe it was a mistake, an accident, a terrible accident. I know his father. His father's broken. Yo, I never seen a man like that. He's a big man and he's broken. Listen to me, y'all. We need to stop going by perceptions and just wait till the autopsy comes. Please. All right?
So I do want to ask you, and this is just one question. Are you guys, because I'm not a male, so I can't answer this. Are you guys taught that like if we come together, we leave together, or is it just from the female side?
That's female side. And it's good for females because y'all should. If you go out as a group, everybody comes home together. But with men, it's different. If I go out with my day one, and my day one says, "Yo, man, I got a shorty out here. She giving me that vibe. I might go. I'm gonna catch up with you." I'm not gonna say, "No, man, you got to come home with me." Do you know what that sounds like?
I do have one more question. If that was the case, why didn't he have his phone? That doesn't make sense to me.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
It doesn't make sense alone that 1 minute is he was drowned, or and the next minute, he was found on the island. Can we stop the bullshit?
He washed up ashore. Until the autopsy comes, we don't know what happened. And all I'm trying to say is to my fellow African American, black people, whatever we want to call each other, we got to stop taking things and going off the Richter scale with it before we know all the facts. It makes us look less intelligent when we are super intelligent. I know, Miss Pretty, I know your vibes are going off. I know your senses are going on. I know you can feel it in your soul. I know you can feel it. But it's not right. You gotta chill.
I just want to ask you a question. If this was you, would you leave your phone? If you don't know this chick and you just met her and you left your bros, are you leaving your phone?
We don't really know what happened.
The silence is loud.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to the phone. You don't know. Yo, former brother-in-law of mine, he washed up ashore. But he was alive, but he was in the water for 2 days. He treaded water for 2 days. It came up on the Biloxi beach. That Horn Island out there has extreme undertows. We don't know what happened. But all I'm saying is, can we not say what we think and perceive and go extreme with it and make it something bigger than what it really might be?
May
Now,
I say something?
if it is something
May
foul,
I say something?
if it is something foul, wait, let me just finish. If it is something foul, are y'all gonna show up? Are y'all gonna come out here?
Here's
We
If
are
it is
going to
something
discuss
foul,
it for sure.
are you gonna
if you
show
don't-
up?
if
Will you pull up if it was something foul?
Soul One, I understand.
If we find out it was something foul, will you pull up? Now the silence. See that silence? That's silence.
I'm silent for a reason. I'm trying to see who just walked in.
Yeah,
if
that's
this
me.
is a bot or not.
I appreciate that. No, it's me actually. Soul One, I understand what you're saying, and I feel like we've seen, like everyone in this panel has been saying, we've seen this happen so many times. So and we always wait for the autopsy and all these things to come back. And when they come back, it's always an accident. Oh, this person doesn't get charged. Oh, like somehow it just disappears into thin air. And I think people are just tired of that happening. So we're calling it out in real time. And like, this happened now. Everyone sees it as it is. Like, where are all of these variables? Why aren't things being answered? Why aren't they cooperating? Why are they
process?
Exactly. It's a process that we're tired of. At the end, we sit back and wait. We're hopeful that the justice system will do its thing, and then it doesn't. It lets us down every single time. So I get what you're saying, like we should wait and let the courts do their thing or whatever, but people are exhausted for waiting and getting no results or getting no justice. Like it's kind of ridiculous. So I completely get you. Like, yeah, it could have been an accident. Like what you said sounds, I've never been to that island. So yeah, it could have been the undertow, whatever. Yeah, you're right about if a dude meets a girl and he goes off with her, you're like, you're going to let your boy do his thing. But like in these circumstances, it's kind of like, why is she then saying she has no idea where he went? All of a sudden, like it just doesn't add up. So we're just calling it out in real time. Not that we're jumping to conclusions, but we've seen this happen so many times that at this point it's kind of like you got to call it out now, because after then we're gonna pull up and protest and then get shot down again. It's a sick cycle. Like it's terrible. Like we've seen this. You know exactly. Yeah, we're gonna pull up and then what happens then? Black people are angry in the streets. Da 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 da. Like we're not gonna get caught in that trap again. So I think in real time, these panels and people coming together talking about what's happening right now is completely healthy. Although it seems like a conspiracy and it seems like we're jumping to conclusions, but I think it's good to rally behind your community and really call out what happened and like set the standard for what should happen when you go out on a boat with people on a holiday and something like this happens. So, it's like a double-edged sword here. It's really unfortunate.
I agree.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know
No,
if y'all
it's
ever been on a
formatting.
boat. Hello.
It takes that long.
We can hear you civilly.
Oh, okay. I don't know if y'all ever been on a boat on one of them little islands or whatnot, but me and my husband, we got a boat. My girls take that boat out there when they doing their thing. And one thing about them islands, nobody leave nobody. I don't care what he's saying about meeting somebody. Little mama getting on the boat with us, and we gonna meet back at the spot. It's nobody leaving nobody. When they leave them out, every boat's supposed to have a gun flare. Every boat's supposed to have a call to let them know, like, a person missing, I'm not leaving. Like, that didn't make no sense to me because we do that here in Miami. Everybody goes to the cut. Everybody goes party all day. But nobody leave nobody there. If one person is missing, that boat is going to stay there and make a call, throw up the flare. So that's what I'm not getting.
Right.
Like, how did all of them go and then one didn't come back because he met somebody? No,
And
even that
then
girl
this
would have
was
told him.
then we talking about the phone. You talking about ain't you don't know what happened. So what you saying? Because the phone wasn't with him. They didn't find the phone on him. They said the phone was left on the boat.
Yeah,
What
his
is we
mama got
talking
the
about?
phone.
Right. It wasn't wet. It wasn't damaged. If he walked
Okay,
up
and who?
on the seat, that mean that phone was. If he had the phone, I mean the phone would have been wet, right?
Yeah, and his
What the
friends would
fuck
have
is
told him, if we gonna leave you, get your phone so you can call us to make sure you
right?
good.
This
Yes.
is what I'm trying to get the dude that just left off the pedal to understand, because he just tried to say some dumbass shit.
Yes, yes.
So
I'm
you
not
trying to
feeling
tell
that
me
because we
you
do
trying
that
to
a
tell me
lot.
you don't know what happened? So he ended up being drowned, and then he got out the water, put his phone back. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, to me,
Why
it's
did he leave
deflecting.
his
It's
phone?
deflecting from the issue.
Yeah.
I
You
agree.
sound slow. You sound like all the years you've been through. Fuck are you talking about?
I don't care what he say, but when you go out there on the boats, you don't leave nobody. You don't leave nobody. That's too far
Yeah.
to be leaving somebody. No, that don't make no sense.
And then on top of it, you try to tell me that he the homie because he met somebody, then it's cool. You don't even know who the fuck that is. And if he
Yeah.
not in his right state of man, then what the fuck are we talking about?
And she got picked
Y'all
up by her
preaching.
own family.
I'm so sorry. He just pissed me the fuck off. And I don't even get
Nah.
like
And
this.
then
He just pissed me
I
the fuck
wanted I
off.
wanted him I wanted him to answer, did those homies go back out there to that island and try to help find him?
They was no, cause they was too busy deleting their
His
social
his
media.
friends, his friends
Thank
that he
you.
left with. His friends
And
that he
when
left
you
with, did they go back?
and the shocking thing about it is when you look up that island, cause I looked up that island, and you look, nobody got that day on their, everybody out there with their phones. Nobody, it's just one clip of them arguing.
Exactly.
And
I'm Clarity. I'm a 51-year-old woman from California, but I think that's why we can't accept an accident here, because look at the behaviors, look at the facts that we know of so far. It doesn't make sense that it would be an
And
accident.
if these is accidents, these motherfucking accidents is happening too much for me. I shit.
Yeah.
One is okay. Two, then we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you got you deleting your own stuff. Accidents is fucking crazy.
So Alexis wants to come up. Does anybody want to drop?
I drop.
I'll
Okay.
drop.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Hold on. Let me bring Alexis up.
This my homie, so
Okay.
shit, he
But
won the
but
guy.
before Alexis, let's let Shelly go. She was up here first. Go ahead, Shelly.
I'm just listening and taking in everybody's opinion. I don't have much to say, as this isn't, I don't have much of an opinion here, as all I can say is you
Yes,
guys have
and
every
Shelly.
right to be cautious and assume the worst, because unfortunately white people don't have the best reputation when it comes to scenarios as the one we are in exactly.
Yes, and Shelly, I just want you to know I wasn't being disrespectful laughing at you. I was laughing at the black sleuth who said, I guess we know who is today's Bubba. So you know what, guys? Whenever someone interrupts, their name is gonna be Bubble. Remember that. Go ahead, Alexis.
I just wanted to come up here and say that Nolan was my friend, and that all these like stories going around, like even from like our point of view, because we're getting it different than what the public is seeing because we're at the behind the scenes. But they definitely did something to him, and they're all trying to change the story. Everybody that was near that boat is trying to defend all their other friends, and every time you talk to a different person, the story is changing.
Wow.
Can you tell that to the guy that just left off this panel? What was his name?
He gone. I don't remember.
Yeah, I bet he is.
So Alexis, Cindy is saying be careful. But is there anything that you can tell us in detail, like that you feel safe saying? I don't want you to say anything that you can't say or don't feel safe saying.
Like, what do you wanna know?
So what exactly happened from you guys' side?
From our side, there was an altercation with a different boat, which had other kids on it, black kids, and there was an altercation. There was a fight, something happened, and they went back to their respective boats or whatever. And when his best friend was on the other boat, so when he went to go like check up on Nolan and everything after the fight, Nolan's boat was gone, but they had stayed for a couple more hours. And so when they got back to land, they had his phone. So Nolan didn't even have his phone. The phone was at one of the boys' houses, and they didn't want to give it to his parents, and they had to send somebody to go get the phone from his house. That's why, like, when we checked his location, everybody was like thinking that it wasn't serious, because we saw his location and said he was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, like at his house. But they wouldn't give his phone back to his parents, and they were seen eating out the next day.
Wow.
And when somebody asked them, like, hey, why aren't you out looking for your friend? They said, y'all already think we did it.
Did what?
Exactly. And then also that night, they were seen at multiple parties when they got back from the island around like 7 o'clock. So they still continued to go out that night, knowing that Nolan wasn't with them and that nobody had seen him.
So what pisses me off the most is they did allegedly whatever they did, but on top of that, they didn't even care. You're partying.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm definitely sorry that you guys
That being said, kids do stupid stuff all the time.
That's not stupid. They just didn't care.
Somebody being unalive is something stupid. Is you for real? What is y'all talking about in these comments today? Listen, what you just said was stupid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So, sorry, Alexis, quickly. You said there was the altercation that happened on the boat was with other black kids. There were other black people on the island.
There obviously, yes,
Oh
but
yeah.
they rode on separate boats. There was supposed to be other black people on the boat with Nolan, but they got told last minute that they couldn't go because there wasn't like enough space. But the story that they keep trying to push out to everybody is that the boat was sinking and taking on water, and they were telling Nolan that he needed to get on the boat, but Nolan wanted to stay back with a girl that he never met, which he wouldn't have done. Because if that was like, we're all from the same surrounding areas, she goes to Moss Point, which is like 20 minutes away. Why could you not hang out on land when you got back?
If the boat that you came in was sinking and you knew that.
And so that was like the crazy thing, is that they're talking about, oh, the boat was sinking, and he didn't want to get on the boat, and the boat had to get towed back. But if that was the case and he said he wanted to stay there, why did you take his phone back and not leave him on an island without a way to get home?
So, Alexis, I do want to ask you this. Bubba is asking in the chat, what was the fight about? Do you know what the fight was about?
Do not. I think it was like just people got heated. There was obviously drinking and stuff, and they were probably arguing about something and it just escalated more than it should have. But in the videos that you can see, obviously the fight was loud enough and big enough to cause all the other surrounding boats to pay attention, and that be the main focus of what everybody was seeing at the time.
And Alexis, I do want to ask you something else. How long were they friends?
They've been friends for a minute. I mean, these people have gone to school together since elementary school.
Yes, and I want to ask another question from the chat. Dark Chocolate said, my thing is, why did the boat really have to get towed back, and was his BODY on it?
There is some speculation, like this is just like hearsay, that the boat was owned by this dude Wyatt, but when the boat got brought back, it was parked at Warren's house, which is his mom is the judge or whatever. And somebody said they drove by like later that night, and like they were cleaning out the boat. Like it was like dark night, not like regular time when you would clean out a boat. It was like later at night. And then there was a girl on the boat that's not in any of the pictures, or wasn't the girl that he was talking to. And when she got back on land, she turned off like her Snap location, but her best friend still had her location on Find My iPhone. And she was all of them were at one house for like 4 hours.
That's suspicious.
Yes.
Like what? First of all, like if you got back on the 4th of July, you came back, you're supposed to be having a good time still. There's like a little after party, you're still vibing. Why is everybody's Snapchats going off? Why is social media is getting deleted? Why are we acting so suspicious? Like, it's 4th of July. You just had fun on an island. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Like, stop it. Like, y'all up in these comments just sounding fucking slow as fuck.
Yes,
Come
and
on, y'all.
Alexis, I do want to ask you too as well. So you did already confirm that one of the parents was a judge, so thank you for that. Also, I wanted to ask you, can you confirm that all of their social media has been scrubbed? So is it scrubbed or is it deactivated?
Only 2 of them are deactivated, but a couple of them are just private now. But the mom judge, she did deactivate hers. So like only 2 of them are actually, so 3 of them I guess are deactivated, and then the rest of them are just private.
Alexis, I have a question. Based on what you know of the friends, can you shed light on their dynamic? Is Wyatt and Warren closer than, I don't know, the other guys? How does Nolan fit in the group? Is he at the bottom? Is he...
I don't know like their dynamic personally, but like they've all played sports together. Wyatt actually went to my school, so he didn't go to the same school as the other 3 kids that were in the picture. And actually the picture that's circulating, Wyatt's not even in that picture.
Ah, okay.
But The person that was to the left of him with the long hair and the black glasses, that's probably who he was the closest with. But the other ones, like, they're just friends that have been together. Like, we've all been at people's parties. Everybody hosts different ones. So, like, we all know each other from each other.
So the blue glasses is who he really doesn't know. I'm looking at the picture now. The people
No,
with
he
the blue
knows
glasses.
all of them. But if he was, like, to be closer to somebody, it would be the boy that was wearing the black glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, Wyatt is he was the quarterback for Biloxi.
Now, was this an actual physical altercation that took
They
place
said
on land, or
somebody did get in a fight and that somebody got hit, but this was on land. It wasn't in the water.
okay? See, because I've heard and read certain things of arguments, fighting, and you never know exactly. But you being a source is nice to know that there was an actual physical altercation.
And is it my understanding that one of the young men is 21? Is it Warren or Wyatt, or are one of them of age?
I don't think so. We all graduated. They graduated a year under me.
Okay.
So I think Wyatt graduated with me. So he might have turned 21 this year. So I have no idea.
Okay.
But it would have been Warren that would have turned.
So Alexis, I do want to ask as well. So when there is partying going on, are drugs and alcohol the norm?
Drugs? No.
Don't say the word.
Oh. I would never be at a party with drugs.
Okay.
Alcohol.
I'm talking about for them. For them, do you know?
Maybe if they did it secretly in a bathroom or something, but that was never like something that would be brought out publicly. But I definitely, like, as all these people have gone to college, that has become the new norm.
Okay.
But alcohol, definitely.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Kristen.
So the judge that you said that she removed her social media
Mm-hmm.
said is this the same judge that the boat was at her house?
Yes.
This is also the same judge
that didn't grant access to the lady that got she asked for permission to do custody exchanges with her kid at a police station, and she said no, and then the baby daddy unalived her. And then also she's the same judge that told Aubrey Wyatt's mom, the 13-year-old that unalived herself, that she couldn't post on social media to speak her truth.
So Alexis, I want to ask you one question. And the phone was at this judge's house, right?
I'm not sure where it was, but it was on the boat, but they were not trying to give it to their parents.
Because I'm asking because if they were scrubbing the boat, and I have to say allegedly, they may have scrubbed the phone too.
That's also what I'm thinking.
Because Sam told us that the body was moved. Can you confirm that?
I have no topics on that, but it's just very it doesn't make sense how his body was found in the first place that they looked.
Yes, and the reason why I'm asking that, because if his body was moved, they could have used his face to unlock it and then put him back.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, digital footprint is a bitch, and it can be dug up.
And I think Snapchat is going to take it all down because that's where all the evidence is.
Yeah, his brother right now is literally harassing people and texting them and trying to set the story straight. Some of I don't know his name, but the last name Seymour, his mom is texting people trying to tell the story. But each time they tell the story, it's different from each person.
I'm sorry. I got a question because you said that they was going around and they were saying that the boat was sinking. So if that's going along with the dialogue and that's how he drowned in GTA, wouldn't the boat have been deep in the water just as he was drowning? Like how? I'm confused.
That's what we're trying to figure out. They said that the boat was sinking and that they had to get it towed back, but how would it end up back at his house?
But what I'm saying is, like, was it all? Because I'm thinking like the boat would have been deep in the water since he's drowned in GTA. That doesn't make sense.
No, I think the way it works is like when a boat, it sometimes collects water when it's out for too long, if there's like a small hole, or if the waves are coming, the current is coming up too high and splashing water into the boat, it'll collect water and kind of like weigh the boat down. So in that case, you've got to take it out of that area to a place where the current is less high so that it doesn't actually sink. So the boat wasn't necessarily sinking. It was just collecting water,
Okay.
from what I know.
All right. And they
Dark
decided.
Chocolate is thinking like me. She said, I believe Nolan was on the boat. The boat never sank. This was a cover up. I definitely agree with that.
That's what I'm getting to because
That's what I also think, because his best friend was on the other boat that had like the altercation or whatever. And when the fight and everything happened, they went to their separate boats.
It's like their thing.
They went to their separate boats, and when his best friend said he went back to like go check on him and see how he was doing, their boat was gone and they had stayed for a couple more hours. So if you were like you wanted to stay back with this girl or whatever, and you didn't have a ride back, wouldn't you have asked your best friend to ride back with him? And he never saw him the rest of the night. And also the girl that they said was that he stayed back for was the boat literally directly next to them. So how did each side say that they thought they were staying with each other, but nobody saw him?
Yeah, it just doesn't add up at all. None of it makes sense.
They didn't practice on their stories good enough.
They didn't.
So fucking slow. And I'm trying to understand this person telling us to wait for the fucking autopsy. Why? When we fucking know.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah, they definitely need to check the phones. But Alexis, I definitely want to thank you for sharing that information because you definitely didn't have to. I definitely appreciate it, and I can't say I'm sorry enough for you guys' loss. You guys shouldn't be going through this, but that's why we talk about topics like this, because if we don't talk about it, it's going to get covered up.
Right. Alexis, another question. Are people like gathering in his name there? Are people like doing things, or is there any sort of like community outreach or stuff that's happening there for him?
I know we've done stuff as a friend group. There was a small protest at the lighthouse by I don't know who's that, but we're just waiting for like the final stuff so that we can all meet up. We're all going to church together on Sunday so that we can just honor him and all that other stuff. But we're waiting for like the big like funeral and everything to happen.
Yeah, I want to highlight Dark Chocolate really quickly. She's asking, do you know if the person that seen them outside at night went to the police?
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did, because they're supposed to be getting polygraphed, but they all said no.
Of course.
And then before they even like, as soon as they were like getting taken in to get questioned, they all had lawyers.
So you can confirm that too.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you back about this judge. I know you gave us a little bit of insight. Is she known around you guys' city and town as being dirty?
I don't know her. I just know of the three. Well, this would be the third instant that she has like messed up for the Black community. But I know her kid, and he loves to say the N-word.
Okay. Okay. There it is.
So, man.
I mean, wow.
So I do want to ask you too, Alexis. Have you been to the police?
No. all this stuff that like I'm telling y'all is stuff that like we've talked about like as a whole of people that have already said it to them.
Okay. I do find it interesting too because if you were one of his friends, I'm curious as to why the police hasn't even reached out to you for anything, for any information.
Because I'm telling you the stuff that we've been told by people that have gone to talk to them
Okay.
already.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Does anybody else have any questions? I know the story is very is a lot, but Alexis has definitely given us a lot of information. Does anybody else have any question? Crypto Boy saying, why would they? She wasn't on the boat. Crypto, when things happen, people do talk. And yes, Bubba, it is hearsay.
Yeah, I guess the person who owns the boat would have all of the information, the driver of the boat. And obviously, he's not going to say anything because he's lawyered up, which is really suspicious because if that was your friend, you'd want to just like say like, "Yo, this is what happened." Like, so it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's very sad. Very, very sad. My condolences though, Alexis. Sorry that happened to your friend, and I'm definitely following this story all the way to the end for sure. And hopefully everything over there is like, I don't even know.
To Raven. That's what we want. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's so many questions. I'm so confused.
Yes, and I know Alexis won't have all the answers. She can only go off of what she was told. But it's definitely a lot. It's definitely, in my eyes, enough for the judge to be investigated.
And definitely recused from any part of the process. My biggest fear as a 51-year-old woman in California is that they will cover up, just like the Black Sleuth said. There are going to be two independent autopsies. There are going to be two different, outcomes. There are 9 of us in this chat. And if this case were to be prosecuted, it's not going to be amongst people like ourselves from different states, races, and ages they're going to all come to a conclusion that these young people will get off. And that's just what I believe.
So Candy Girl is saying, Alexis, be careful. Judges control a lot and can get off who they want to. So definitely be careful. Definitely just be careful. But I can't thank you enough just for the information, because we've been saying from the beginning it doesn't make sense at all. And just thank you for confirming some things and just feeling safe enough to do that. So definitely appreciate it.
You're welcome. It still doesn't even make sense to all of us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand, like, so if he was left with the friend, with the girl, what happened to her? Like, it's so
She was the first
confusing.
one to go to the police. She was the first one to like say everything. She was speaking up, all this other stuff. But she said she thought that Nolan was with the boys, and the boys said that they thought Nolan was with the girl. But how did neither of y'all say that when the boats were supposedly right next to each other?
Right. It is so confusing, but I don't know. That's
And then allegedly, I
Miss
heard that
Pretty, I want to say this too. It's not confusing. It just proves that they are lying.
I
you
heard a
proving
story
my
that the
point.
girl
I know
also
what
got.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm asking these questions. It's like I'm not being biased. I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand.
I will say too, and I just heard, I think it was just walking trying to say something. I just want to say something quick too.
Oh.
I'm curious to know if the water in his body, if it was before death or after, because they can determine that too,
If
especially
they
in an
look at the
independent
autopsy and there's no water in his lungs,
Oh God.
he didn't go by drowning.
Yes.
Can you
Wow.
repeat that again? What you say?
if they do the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, then that means that he didn't die by drowning. That
Yes.
means that he was dead
Murdered.
before he was in the water.
Yes. Alexis, you got all of us quiet.
For real though. I was saying, I saw a story that the girl said she contacted her family to come pick her up. She didn't get on the boat that she originally came on. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard that also?
Yeah, they said that Katie got home because she had family come get her.
Right. I wonder why.
Katie's mother said she got home safely because her mother's brother and his
because her
wife
brothers
came
had to come get her.
come and get her.
Right.
And that's why she was safe.
Safe from what, though? I don't like that word. Safe?
Hold on. I got a question. So is they working on the autopsy now or
Yes, they said that the autopsy was getting done today, but also they're gonna get a private one because they just got the judge, or not the judge, they got the lawyer that did George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's case. So they're gonna get a second opinion by somebody that's not
Ben Crump,
in the
I
Yes, Ben
state.
think.
Crump. Yeah.
By somebody that's not in the state of Mississippi that can be persuaded with money from people of higher authorities.
Yeah, I believe he's an activist attorney and an injury attorney.
And they said, I don't like this one is definitely, I saw this one on Facebook, but they said the DMR released that he had bruises all over his body, and so did his grandfather.
Is that
But
true?
someone could argue that it was the undertow that, caused all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The toe won't cause bruises like that.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
No, not like that. Undertow, the body will keep moving from place to place, and it won't. You don't have that type of bottom at Horn Island or in the Gulf of Mexico like that. That's real ragged where it will cause bruises like that, especially in 3 or 4 feet of water.
Thank you, Sam. That's why I keep saying I'm a woman from California. I don't know about these things, so thank you so much.
No, and that's good. And here's the thing: when they saying the boat was filled, was taking on water. Listen, I am a boat owner myself, and we have what's called a bilge pump on every boat, right? And that's for when the boat starts to take on water, it comes on and pumps the water out. So many gallons per minute. So it's almost, unless you got a big hole or took on a big swell and the weather wasn't bad that day for that boat to take on that much water where it would have sunk the boat. And if it had sank the boat like that, when you're talking about a 20-minute ride, and where they lived was more than that boat would have sank. If it was taking on that much water, that bilge pump kept it from doing that. And that wasn't going to, it taking on water wasn't going to cause it to break down. They're built for that. And the boat that I saw that was on the video, I know that boat had a nice bilge pump on it that pumps out plenty gallons of water, because that was over $100,000 boat. So they're lying.
And the undertow is not going to put you in the same exact spot where they first started looking.
No. He wasn't there when they were looking.
Yeah.
And
they brought him back.
They knew that.
Yeah, I can't even say anything. Because Alexis just came and proved everything we have been saying with every case.
Exactly. We don't need to wait for no autopsy. We don't need to let no who said that detective do their job, because they don't even fucking do it when they supposed to anyway.
Yeah, and I want to read some of you guys' comment. Dark Chocolate says Nolan was on the boat. That boat ain't motherfucking sink. I definitely agree. The Black Sleuth says Sam is putting us on boat game. Valencia said, "Did y'all just say they brought him back, as in his body?" Yes, that's what's being alleged. Yeah, Alexis, I definitely want you to be careful. Alexis, um, can you send me a DM with your eight? Well, are you over 18?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to yes. Do whatever you have to do to be safe. Queen said, "Who is responsible for doing the autopsy? Usually, it's the medical examiner."
The medical examiner's office uses they take it to the medical examiner's office in Jackson, Mississippi, which is the state capital.
Yeah. And Brandy said he was at a house, then moved to water. Yes, that's what Alexis is telling us.
There was
And
also that just came out. His younger brother, the whose boat it was, he was talking to one of our friends and saying that sorry, he was saying that nobody knows what's going on, and all the stuff that they're saying on TikTok is just being spread by worthless blacks that are trying to be performative.
so for me, that proves for me that it is about race. Because why would you say that? All of this is about race.
No, we just
I don't
gonna wait for
know.
the
I don't like to
autopsy.
believe that it's about race, to be honest. Like, it seems very like crazy, obviously, but it's just wild that it's come to the fact that it's about race. Like, this could have happened. I guess would this have happened to I don't know. Actually, it's
Yeah.
just so weird. Like, you go out with your friends, one person doesn't return, and and nobody has something to say. It just makes it seem like it's about race, but really, like, I guess it could happen to any group of people, but like, why is race so prevalent? Okay, because I guess as Black people, we see it happen all the time to Black people, and there's no justice. So I guess it kind of just falls into that category.
So
Although,
just walking, I just want to say too,
yeah,
it's about race because it doesn't happen to any other race. You don't
right,
see cases like this with anybody else.
right, yeah, you're
And
right,
Valencia said, in the BLK community, we come as a unit, we leave as a unit. Most
right,
definitely.
right. Especially in a place like that, like you're on a boat, on an island, on a holiday, like you're rolling with your crew. You're not like being like, okay, I'll see you. Like, no. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Again, Alexis, I'm so sorry. You guys shouldn't be having to deal with this. Alexis, can I ask you too? Are you be okay? I can't really tell by the photo.
Yes.
Okay, Alexa, yes, I really want you to be careful. I'm gonna send you a DM later.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much on this
You're
live.
good.
Yes, I'm sorry. So I did want to ask you too about Nolan. Is he the oldest of his siblings? Do you know?
He has a younger brother.
I can't say anything. And Sam, no disrespect, but your music is making me just want to cry. It's nothing. You're good, but
I'm at
it's
work.
just
I'm sorry. Let me
no,
mute
no,
it. Let
no,
me mute it.
no. You're fine. It's just whatever Sam is playing. That's the mood I feel.
And let me say this, man. This thing is really deep when you're in tears about somebody that you really don't know, but you know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you walk up and down, you ride up and down these same streets, and you live in the communities where they live and where they go to school, and this is somebody's child, but you feel the connection. And I just, for the last 2 days, it's been kind of hard for me
Mm-hmm.
because I have sons. and I have daughters, and I have friends with sons. And that's why when I see these young kids, man, our young men, I can't reach all of them, but I try to leave them with some good advice. Keep your head up, keep your nose clean, keep your eyes open. My mother always told me if it scares you, don't do it. And I just say to each and every one of you, it can happen in any community. But we all gotta stand strong and fight and pray and ask for God's guidance. And in this hour, we have to begin to ask God to expose everybody, every part that they play in this, and that it doesn't go unnoticed. A lot of times we feel because of the situation and who they are that it's gonna go, untouched, or it's gonna be covered. But who I believe in said that even the rocks are gonna cry out, and they will. And he said, "Suffer not my little children." And we know that Nolan was one of his own. So the truth will be prevailed. We will know. We will know. So I'm gonna get off because I'm just a little emotional right now. But thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Alexis,
Yes.
for the confirmation as well. And you stay strong and be careful. Don't go nowhere by yourself.
Keep your location on too.
Keep your location on.
I'm like a little bit better because I'm not in the same state as it. Like I went to school, so I'm doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
One of my babies right there.
But Sam, thank you for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be on tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for those words, Sam. That was really profound. Thank you.
It was.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Good night.
Bye. And I just want to tell y'all too, it sucks what happened to Nolan, but this is a lesson too. He's known him since elementary school, and they did this to him. I have to say allegedly, but we can't trust anybody, y'all. We can't trust anybody. It keeps happening. Can somebody else start talking, please?
Can I? Thank you.
Yes, I'm
So,
sorry. Go ahead.
no.
I
Thank
can't.
you, sweetheart.
I'm
So
sorry, but I don't got no words.
I do. Can I say something? I
Yes.
don't mean to cut you off, but just like that gentleman, I was trying to catch him before he left. It don't take for you to birth a person. It don't take for you to be living next door to them. It don't take for you to even know them to get affected by something that is so moving when it comes down to a lost life, right? So at the end of the day, the same thing that he was talking about, last night I got on somebody else's phone because it bothered me so much because I'm a parent. And when I say I got a son that's the same age as that young man, and I felt for that mother, I felt for that father, I felt for his friends that were genuinely his friends because that's a loss of life. And when we see it and we keep hearing about it, we keep letting it be in the news for how long it ever be in the news. And then we move on and then it just happens again. And we just keep having these same conversations. So it's ironic because I've been trying to stay off of social media today, but I go live too. I went live today with this same topic because everybody's been doing it, but it bothered me that I couldn't even get no sleep last night. When I woke up, I was like, dang, that young boy, I hope that they, figure this out for him because I didn't know that they had found him at that time, right? I woke up to that news and it just shook my spirit because we tend to think about areas in life where, oh, it's bad to go here. Because I overheard somebody say, don't go by yourself. You know, it's not sometimes where you go, it's the company that you keep that can also be the force that's driving it. That's what happened to him. Not the fact that he went somewhere, it's the company that he kept that did not support his life. You know what I'm saying? So I went today on a live that I thought was going to last all of 5 minutes. It lasted for 4 hours. And we talked about friendships. We talked about how friendship is really something you got to really factor in. And I say it to the young people that's on here, be careful who you call a friend, because those same people that you think got your back and in your corner, and I don't say it on the terms of whatever nationality it is, just be careful who you call your friend. Because that same person that you think rocking with you could be the same person that can do some harm to you or bring harm to you, because he's not the last. I hated to say it that way, but he was not the first. So I just encourage y'all to kind of understand what that conversation means and really talk to your kids if you got kids, because every time you talk to them and give them a reminder, it does resonate with them when it comes down to, maybe they might not look like they listening, but if you keep giving it to them and meet them where they are in a conversation, they will wake up and say, you know what? My mom said, or my dad said, or my brother said, you know what? I'm seeing these signs right now in this situation, and that could save somebody's life. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, TT, for those words. You're definitely right. Especially in this climate, we have to be careful of our friends. I know Alexis dropped down. Y'all, this live was hard. I wasn't expecting for this to happen, but I'm definitely thankful because the truth needs to come out. And the fact that the mom is a judge, she needs to be investigated into every case she's ever prosecuted. I
She
mean,
needs to go to jail too.
yes.
I don't.
She doesn't need
No
to be let
sugarcoat.
anywhere near this case.
They don't sugarcoat. She go her ass to jail too. What a God, she do.
They need to hire somebody else in the place of her. She doesn't need to touch it within a 10-foot pole.
But y'all, it's not even that too. Imagine the people that she knows. I'm pretty sure she know all the other judges.
I'm sure her reach does go far.
And Judge Roach too.
Interesting. Something that Alexis says that I'm still hanging on to is when the boys were seen the next day eating, and they're like, "Oh, you already thought that we did it." Like, did what? He wasn't even found yet.
Exactly.
Like, what?
They quick to get themselves up. They don't even be understanding what they saying out their own mouth. They never think. They just say.
I think that's crazy. That's like a smoking gun right there. Allegedly.
Kristen said the fact that the boat was at her house, they were allegedly cleaning it, and then the social score. That tells me all I need to know. You were so right, Kristen. Civilly, are you asking to come up, or is that by mistake? I want to make sure before I bring you up. Valencia said that's why their parents won't let them talk, because they already speaking. They have been having conversations for days about what to say and how to play. You can't tell me otherwise. So Miss Tisha said, who is Alexis? Alexis is one of Nolan's friends, and she gave us details of what happened on July 4th with Nolan.
And the 5th.
Yes. And I have to say allegedly, but we know. Yeah, I definitely want Alexis, if you are still listening, please be safe. I know you live in another state, but with her being a judge, I don't trust shit from her, if I'm being honest. No, that girl, she was not there. But she's very close friends with the people involved. Yes, y'all. Well, we have been on live for 2.5 hours. I hate to leave y'all like this, but just know that we are here Monday through Friday. I hope you guys who are in here, if you guys could come back tomorrow, we will definitely talk about this case tomorrow, because I know it's going to be something else. Well, I was about to end. Hold on. Civilly wants to come up, and Valencia. I'll let both of them come up, and then we'll end. Civilly?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, I was listening in and I was just looking on Facebook too. And I see where the girl was texting somebody saying that the girl Katie, who has left her uncle and auntie came and picked her up, right? And I was just saying, do you and but they was fighting amongst themselves, they said. They wasn't a fighting amongst the other group. Now I was saying, did they leave him and go back and tell her mama them or whoever, oh, we left him over there with her, and they went back and did something to him?
We
Because if
don't.
for the
What?
mom them to say, oh, she got home safe.
Yes, I didn't like that word either. Safe. What does that mean? Because
Yeah,
typically you would just say, "Oh, she made it home." Nobody says safe.
And the fact that she pointed out that she made it home safe. No one else, just her.
yeah. If they was out there left alone.
Hmm.
I was just thinking of it. I was like, that now that didn't fit right with me. That didn't fit right. None of that fit right, to be honest. Like, it's something not right with this.
If we being honest, y'all, it's right. This is what they plan to happen. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Even though I have to say allegedly, we know.
Yeah.
My PGA said she was throwing shade because no one knew Nolan was missing until 12. And Miss
Wow.
Keisha said now Katie was the girlfriend to who?
She wasn't a girlfriend. She was just a girl that he had met on the island that day.
Yeah.
Right. And this is who we let. Oh, he one of the guys. We better go let him be with a complete stranger that we don't know or him. Because this is what guys do. Okay.
I've never heard. I've always heard everybody say, "Okay, you ready to go?" I've never
Or
heard it be
we
separated like that. Yes.
or we gonna wait. We
Yeah,
gonna wait.
exactly.
We'll
It's
drop
like
y'all
a
off.
wait. It's a wait situation. Like, yeah, go do your thing, and then like when we leave, just holler. Like, let me know when you're like ready to go. You know, like type of thing. Not like, oh, I'm gonna leave you on an island 10 miles away from your house where you can only get here by boat. Like, it doesn't add. Like, you don't like. That's not it.
And why couldn't they meet on shore or on land? I mean, if they wanted to carry on something, they could have done that at home.
Y'all
Right.
know what? Y'all remember the man who came and he was saying all the stuff we don't do stuff together? What if he's a plant trying to change the narrative?
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck on. I wasn't buying
One
his
of
shit when
them.
he came up here.
Yeah, I know. I was listening in on the panel, and then when he started talking, I was like, "Oh no, I gotta come up here." Like he's talking crazy right now.
Yep. Maybe a relative to one of the boys.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to end the live again. I hope you guys come back tomorrow because I know something else is going to come out. I am going to extract this video and put it on my social media because the truth needs to come out. So if you guys could share it so that way we can get the truth out because his mom needs to know the truth.
Absolutely.
Those ain't no friends from nobody. But yes, I'm gonna work on that tonight. I will get it out, and if you guys could repost it. Thank you so much. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I know this live was heavy for everybody, but again, we'll see each other tomorrow. And thank you guys for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you
See you
tomorrow,
guys
Shannon.
later.
See you later.
Bye.
Y'all be safe.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.